No.
Listen to this.
Hello, my name is Lindsey Graham, and I am a cat. Meow, meow. I'm not a woman dressed as a cat. I am a cat. One look at me, and you know this to be true. I am a woman posing as a cat. You may also think correctly that if I truly believe I'm a cat, I have a mental disorder. If I suffer from a mental disorder, and if I am unable to discern reality, am I safe to be around children? Would you put me in charge of making critical decisions about the safety and well-being of children and about the direction of their education when I cannot even discern truth from fiction? No tail, whiskers, or outfit makes me a cat. Just like no lipstick, high heels, or long hair makes him a man, a woman. Do you believe that the actions of a grown man playing dress up as a woman affects the students and staff positively or negatively? If you were to address me as a cat right now, it's as ridiculous as when you say Miss Bigfleur and a grown man's voice comes thundering over this.
So, this lady went in and did reverse psychology.
Yeah.
Dressed up as a cat and said, I'm a cat. And obviously the people on the panel must start like sweating. Should we call her Miss Cat? Call her Miss Pussy? We can't say that. What are we going to call her? Like, what should we do? Should we go meow meow? Right? Because they got thrown off. Because we have to accept everyone. The nuts, everyone, right? And then she twisted it on them and saying, no, obviously I'm fucking crazy. If I say I'm a cat and you believe that I'm a cat, should I be allowed around children? No, you shouldn't be. You've got a mental problem. You're not a fucking cat. And you're never going to be a cat. The closest you can do to being a cat is owning a cat. You're not a cat. And your children aren't kittens.
She sounded very confident.
She was smart. But she was smart the way she presented things. And she also said that just because this teacher is putting on some lipstick and wearing high heels and growing out, her hair, that doesn't make her a woman. Mm-hmm. That's just feeding into the delusional fantasy that these people have. Like, I understand some people have got mental health issues. They may have been abused when they were younger. They may have had SA done to them when they were younger. And because of that, they've gone through a lot of trauma. I get that. So go and talk. Go and get some help. No problem. But if you tell me that I have to refer to you as they, them, and those are your pronouns, what the fuck is they, them? You're not a multiple amount of people. You're one. You're not a they and you're not a them.
But do you know all the forms have that now option?
Yeah, because that's Canada.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Welcome to
Like
Justin
choose
Trudeau's.
Because
Choose
they
your
want to
pronoun.
normalize
Yeah.
that.
Not only that, they've also added when you have to put down sex, male, female, you can choose a whole bunch of I don't want to or whatever.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make it right. And as long as everyone stays silent about it, because they don't want to hurt no one's feelings, and they're afraid to say things, it's going to get bad. From bad to worse. Where we're going to have litter boxes in bathrooms, in schools. It sounds funny, because it is, but it's disgusting and scary. Imagine your grandchildren having to go to school with other children who identify as animals.
I'm still holding on to the hope that this is just a small minority.
No, it
It
is.
isn't.
The thing is, it is a minority, but the majority, their values and boundaries and morals are all being compromised because of it.
I think
And,
the most scary part is those men identify themselves as women going into the women's bathroom is gonna be, very common in the future.
It already is.
And, more
The
crime
safety,
is gonna
yeah.
be.
Well, Carly, to add to that, the prison system in Canada, as well as a lot of the states in US, but the prison system in Canada, if a male got convicted and he's going to be sentenced, let's say 3 years or 5 years or whatever, let's say even if he raped a woman, right? Take away the G to understand the word. Or he essayed it, he abused a woman, and he's being sentenced. What a lot of the men are doing now, when they're being sentenced, right away they tell the judge, I identify as a female.
To lessen the sentence.
No, they get put
To get out of it.
they get put into a women's prison.
Oh.
And they grape all the women and assault them.
Oh.
All of them. All the time. And just because he said he's a female, they're just, okay, put him into a female prison. And so this is an epidemic happening in Canada, in the US, and the UK.
What about the, the
department that works with, because I'm not aware of how the jail functions, but I
Yeah.
would say whoever the people are to take care as per the human rights,
They don't-
right?
They don't
What
give a
happens
They don't give a
there?
shit. You're a woman. This is the country you live in. In this country, if you say you're a woman, okay, we accept it, and you get all the rights of a woman. Nothing else. Just say it. That's it. So you will now be treated as a woman. That's it. That's the law in this country. And if you go against it, you will get arrested, you'll get fined, you'll get something. So if all of a sudden Christian came in at the next podcast and said, hey man, I'm a woman and my name is Christina. And I'm gonna be going to the girls' bathroom from now on. I can't say anything to him. He doesn't have to give me ID or certificate or a doctor's note to say that. So prisoners are taking advantage of the system and raping all the women in there. And the women can do nothing about it.
May I ask another question?
Yes.
What about the authenticity of the videos that we are seeing right now? Because I haven't seen myself
Yeah.
these videos. Like
Yeah.
these are, so for me, I see, like coming over here, this is my first podcast,
Yeah.
first of all. And I am very pleased and humbled to meet all the amazing women and listen to you
And
and,
men.
everybody opinion, everybody. And
Men are not that
Christian-
amazing, but
I'm gonna say all, everybody. I know that.
that's okay, we're used to that.
No, but I'm connecting with each
Yeah.
of you and learning so many different perspectives on so many issues.
You're so lovely.
Yeah, like it's kind of like a thought, and I'm thinking about what about the authenticity of the video that we are seeing? Like
Yeah.
how much real are they? Because social media, like
Mm-hmm.
as I see, is full of garbage sometimes, and you don't know what is being like.
Mm-hmm. So,
Everybody
just so
feels
you
they are
know-
the director and producer,
so-
and they're creating things just to
Well,
gain.
just so you know, these are really the more tamed down videos that I want to share.
Oh.
This is like the, G rating. I could have brought in some stuff that would make you guys probably feel very sad in your drive home. Because you'd be like, where is this world headed? This is just really simple, tasteful stuff that I showed, and it's real. All of it's real. Ben Shapiro was a gentleman who was showing the video he owns Daily Wire. He's the one showing the video of the woman saying that her son's a cat. The other lady was actually doing a public speaking at town hall, and that's a real video. So all of these videos are real. The other video is actually an interview with a transgender mom, and that family has 4 transgender children under the age of 10. That doesn't even make any sense because people don't decide their gender that young of an age.
So that's what
So these are all real videos, and this is the country that we live in. In this country, the minute that you identify yourself as a specific sex, there's no proof needed, there's no nothing, I am and I am. That's it.
When you see a behavior like this, you wonder what are people getting out of it? Because there's always something, there's a need being fulfilled, or what are they getting out of
number
it?
one is attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
That's
social
number-
media likes
Not
to
even
see-
social. No,
Yeah.
no, it's not even just. It's not. That's just the tip of the iceberg.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if you work full time, and you have a coworker who's like this. Everyone's gonna be walking on eggshells around this
Mm-hmm.
person. You're gonna be afraid to say the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So if you have a guy who has a beard, okay, and wears a fake bra with boobs, and has hairy arms, and he works with you, and his name was Chris, but now he goes by Carol, and you have to work with Carol, you're gonna be a little bit uncomfortable. Like, you don't wanna say the wrong thing, or whatever. And you walk in the bathroom, Carol's in there, like brushing her beard, and whatever, and standing up and peeing, and you're like, should I leave? If I leave, it's gonna make Carol uncomfortable. I'm gonna go in the stall and he's gonna hear me pee, or she's gonna hear me pee. Like, what the fuck should I do? So now multiply that, and now imagine a school environment with children having to deal with this. What's a child gonna do? They're gonna be so confused and so uncomfortable.
Yeah, because you do notice kids very young age, they are confused about their identity.
Well, they're adding the confusion to it.
Yeah, exactly. They talk to kids in schools. Like,
Yes.
they come up to a girl like, "Are you sure you're a girl? You don't want to be a boy? You're not bi? Are you sure you're a boy?" It's like that. They mess with the kids' heads.
It's confusing them, right? They're
Yeah.
planting a seed.
And
in
they're
their
kids at the end of the day. It's really easy to manipulate them. So.
Very easy for a child. The child's the easiest target, right? I mean, it's so easy to brainwash children into following a cult. You know.
I would say it's not like the school is messing, but I think as we see the video.
The school is one of the biggest problems, Poonam.
Yeah. And
The school
actually-
is aside from the government which encourages and enables the schools are the number one problem.
Yeah, and
Number
my
one.
2 younger siblings actually lived that. Like, they went to high school here. I didn't, so they did. And when they went to high school here, we used to pull them out of their classrooms just to have this discussion with them. All the kids. Like, they pull out high school once, middle school like another time, then kindergarten another time, and it's really easy to mess with their heads.
So in Canada, they had passed a bill in some of the provinces that when the children went to elementary school, so I'm talking kids were 4 and 5 years old, the teachers would ask them on the first day of attendance after they said their name, are you a boy or a girl? These were in all the schools in Canada. 2 or 3 provinces
you can
didn't
say,
agree.
how would you like to address me?
How can you ask that to a
But
4-year-old?
not like you're a boy or a girl.
How can you ask that
just
to a
a
4-year-old
child.
But no
child?
one is asking a 4-year-old.
Yes, I just told you that
They
they're doing
do.
that here in Canada. The elementary schools in Canada are doing that. Ontario didn't do it. Saskatchewan, I think Alberta didn't do it, and one other province in the East Coast. All the other schools did it.
Being in education, right, and sitting in here, I would say, and it's not to defend or it's not to protect, because I would like to listen, as Nora is saying, the discussion and learn from you as well. School system is to maybe, like reading a book is there are different families, you're reading it, but you're not telling them who you are. It is left on the child itself.
It's not the child. It's not left on the child.
So it's
can-
not
you
like
can-
you're putting in word, you're a he or you're a she.
No,
or you're
no,
a
but
they or
what
you-
you're doing is you're opening up the door where the person questions who they are. So I'll give you an example. In the schools, they have the kids, when they come in, when they did attendance, they'd say, are you a boy or a girl? So what Ontario did, because they acted like that they weren't jumping on the bandwagon, they told the boys and the girls, if you're a boy, in the square box, color in blue, and if you're a girl, color in red. And if you're unsure, leave it blank. Now you're asking this of a 5-year-old child. So there was an experiment, you guys can look this video up, okay? This guy, I think he's an athlete, and I don't know if he's an athlete, but he's fairly well known. He had a 5-year-old child, a boy, really cute little kid, I think his name is Logan, adorable boy. And he took out from a drawer 4 Oreo cookies. I said, Logan, you can have these Oreo cookies, or he opened another drawer and took out $10,000 in cash. And Logan said, I want these. And he said, Logan, you can buy as many Oreo cookies as you want with this over here, and you're never, he goes, no, this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want. And he kept on and kept on, I said, okay, and that's what he gave him. You're gonna ask that same child what sex he is? Like a child when they're playing and they're about to pee, would rather let a few pee drops go into their clothes than actually go and pee because they're enjoying themselves so much playing.
Yeah.
And you think that same, it's ridiculous. Then you have things like Pride Day that just took place on Friday. So every school raised the pride flag. Do you guys know that? Every school. On the same pole that has a Canada flag. So you have the Canada flag and the pride flag. Why isn't there a Palestinian flag up there? Why isn't there a Black Lives Matter flag up there? Why don't they have a flag for all the handicapped children in the school? How about the blind kids? How about the ones who've got MS? How about them having a flag up there for women's rights? How about them having a flag up there for Russia or for Ukraine? I can go on and on. How about for black people? How about for Asian people? On what the crimes that Canada against Indigenous people? Why isn't there an Indigenous flag up? It's fucked up, right? And so when I walked around the school, all over the school were perfectly drawn hearts with I love pride with the perfect handwriting. No 5-year-old can write that. All over on the tarmac, all around the back of the school the kids play. I love pride, pride's my favorite, in like perfect handwriting. And I was like, wait a minute here. The kids that go here, like from grade 1 to like grade 5, they can't handwrite for shit. It's all the teachers who did all that, not the kids.
No.
100% is the teachers.
I wouldn't.
Majority of them are the teachers. Now the kids can't write like that. Even the students themselves pointed out to me, they said, this is not our handwriting. We can't write like this.
I wouldn't. I don't know about what school you're talking, what teachers and what children, but I would say definitely not in the school that I work.
The school that you work in, did you guys put up a pride flag?
Oh, see, putting up a pride flag, it's not about putting only a pride flag and not putting any other flag. It's about opening a door for the children to understand what other things are there.
So is that the most important thing that's going on in the world right now?
Well, it is.
How about world hunger?
Well, we do talk
How about like sex trafficking?
So I would say, well, not majority of the people know that there is a lot of education in the school to the teachers. We are trained like they're, like I think it was last year, if I can recall, or like every year, there was a proper training for the teachers about human trafficking and how to put how to see the signs to
why not
stop
say
young
just say
children and
so
go
put up a
into-
flag, stop human trafficking, call toll-free number. Why isn't there a flag above that?
Well, kids,
Why isn't there a flag about world hunger? That is the biggest epidemic right now, killing children throughout the world.
schools,
No,
think.
pride, it's because this is the new world order. Everyone's afraid to speak up. People are worried about getting canceled. People are worried about getting backlash. And for that reason, people just stay quiet. I have nothing against respecting people. You choose, you want to be a fucking duck, you're a duck. Quack, quack, you're yellow, we're happy. Okay? Don't push that onto my children because you don't want me to push my ideology onto your children. My beliefs are my beliefs,
But I think
your
that
beliefs
is
are your
the
beliefs.
foundation
And
of
that
all
should be,
schools.
no it isn't. The schools push,
Identity, whoever you are, like what culture you
No,
bring
that's not
in,
true.
who you are as a person,
that's not the
what
thing.
you like to do.
Put them, that's not what school, that's why we had the whole situation with elementary schools in Canada. Look at our history. We killed hundreds and thousands of indigenous people and tried to change them with
cannot
elementary schools, which were open all the way up until 1979.
That's what I'm saying.
And what were they telling? If you want, I can send you guys this. We can even have Christian look this up. The Prime Minister's office would send out letters to the newspapers, the Globe and Mail and so on. This is the 1920s. And they would print these articles that say, Mr. Prime Minister, we're getting better with the savages. We're teaching them how this and that about our culture. Who are the savages? The indigenous people. So this is the school system. Schools are supposed to teach academic. 1 + 1 is 2, 2 + 2 is 4. Schools are not supposed to teach you what gender you are or what gender you can be or what is politically correct when it comes to a gender and not. That has to do with the parents. I will teach for example, if I want to raise my children and I raise them and say alcohol is a sin and you're not to drink, that's my family value. You cannot tell the kids in school and say alcohol is healthy and good for you and don't listen to your father. If I raise let's say if I'm a Christian and I'm a religious Orthodox Christian and I want my daughter to be raised and married as a virgin, that's my belief. You cannot go and tell her, oh, that's ridiculous, he wants to control you. Or as one girl in our podcast heard it because men have small penises and that's why they want to hide it and they only want you to see one penis. It's my belief.
May I say something?
Yes.
Well, I respect your opinion as how you want to raise your child, right? And I think schools do involve parents at all stages of their child development. And we do meet parents at different, like throughout the year, call, speak. There's a kind of like, it is, see, if we want our children to be successful, it is a team, just like we talked about marriage. So parent, teacher, I'm going to say the school, and the child, all voices need to be heard.
But I'm sorry, but the thing with Poonam is it's not a team. What you're saying, you're just sugarcoating with the whole system. It's not a team. Nowhere does that. So, Canadian law. You want me to educate you girls? In a school, if a 10-year-old, 8-year-old, 7-year-old, even a fucking 5-year-old boy, let's say his name is Jonathan, he goes to school and somehow he likes to wear nail polish. Okay, and he talks to a counselor and like, you know what, Jonathan, maybe you want to be a girl. Right? Don't worry, we're not going to tell your parents. We'll change your name to Julie. We'll have a separate, we have separate clothes for you to wear as well too. And the teacher, the counselor, and the school, based on government law, are not to tell the parents. They're not to tell the parents. The parents don't know. I know,
Well,
I've studied this. They don't know, and the parents have
maybe
no
you
rights.
know more than me
I do,
about the
like, I've
education
studied this.
system, but
So that's one, okay? If that 10-year-old or 12-year-old child feels that yes, they do want to be, that boy again wants to be a girl, the counselor will schedule an appointment for that child to meet a doctor. Without the parent's consent.
Why?
Because the child has its own rights and the teacher feels they know better than the parent does. And the school is a safe zone because they're non-judgmental. Where at home, if that boy Jonathan goes home and says, I want to be called Julie, the parents will freak out. So now, no, this is true. Yes, now what happens is the parent will be told that they're going to be meeting with a doctor, with the family doctor, or with a doctor who does this transition stuff at a private clinic. The child will now, after meeting with the doctor, be prescribed hormone pills, testosterone or estrogen. And if the parent interferes and says no, the parent goes to jail. And the child gets taken away and puts into the custody of child services. This bill was passed in 2021. If you want, Christian, you can look it up.
I read about that.
Well, this is it. This is the whole problem when it comes to teachers. This is not an area that the teacher should be involved in. If I want to raise my child,
Yeah, I just, I can't find the bill, but I am finding that if the counselors are not actually allowed to tell the parents how their kids are identifying at school unless it's a matter of danger.
Yeah, so I told you, the counselors don't tell the parents. They hide it. And they tell the kids a safe zone. And in the school, in his attendance, they change the name. He's no longer Jonathan, he's now Julie. And everyone in the school calls him Julie.
That is also true.
What are your girls' thoughts on this? Carly, what's your thoughts? Did you know this, first of all?
I don't, but
Okay, but now that you do.
You said the bill was passed 2021.
Yep.
I mean, I kind of understand because it's very recent. Nobody probably knows about it, but this is messed up.
This is scary shit. So
Messed up.
as a parent, a teacher can report you and say that the child said the parent's not supportive, and the police is going to come and visit you.
Yeah, first of all, like, the parents shouldn't be in jail for that
Yeah.
because they do not know anything about the child in the school being called Julie.
Yeah.
Second of all, like, as you said, the school really shouldn't, open the confusion to this boy saying that, do you want to be a girl because you wear nail polish? Like, boys can wear nail polish. Like,
And girls can play with trucks. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, it's not like a boy cannot like Barbie. You know, like, and a girl.
You might want to look up her skirt. That's okay.
and a
That's what boys
girl
do.
can like trucks, So, this confusion making a 4 or 5 year old kid is just, it's not acceptable.
It is though, sadly.
No, like, I have nothing to say. This is very, very surprising. Like, I'm a 23-year-old girl, and my parents don't let me take all of my life decisions. So I can't go and ask a 5-year-old. I swear, I can't go ask a 5-year-old what gender he wants to be when he doesn't even know what a gender is.
Yeah. Yourself, Lola, what are your thoughts on this? With the schools doing this stuff?
Dumbfounded. A lot of this I was not aware of.
And Poonam, I don't think you knew either.
No, but the thing is, what I'm trying to say is I haven't experienced, like I'm 15 years. Like I haven't.
So what do you do? Are you a teacher or
yeah, I'm
what
a teacher.
grade?
Well, I've taught from kindergarten to grade 8 and like the whole thing, like how we teach health, safety and many issues, right, we talk about, and it is all what is relevant and meaningful in the context based on the curriculum. But there's something which is like throwing your own perspective into.
Yes, it is. That's the whole thing.
But that's what I'm trying to say, because it is more based on what is the purpose of giving that lesson? What is the purpose?
It's not even lesson.
Or
teachers,
engagement, or the topic. Or
Poonam, if you were to watch videos in Ontario, you have heads of the school board, you have heads of teachers' unions and so on, where the teachers clearly say, we know what's better for the children than the parents do.
Well, I'm sorry to say I haven't met, and I don't have those colleagues
you know what?
which says,
You know
because I
what?
respect, I personally, because you're called here to have my opinions expressed.
Yeah.
And I'm not a representation
Oh,
of,
I'm not
let's say,
saying you are.
80,000. But what I'm saying is, personally, I'm a teacher, and I see, for me, the students' well-being is the prime. Like,
So,
it's the importance.
but again, this is under the same umbrella of well-being. That's what they believe it is.